Okay, Jesse, how are
Okay,
you, man?
great. And you?
Yeah, fine.
Perfect.
I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you again after
Have a
so
lot,
many years.
yeah, I have a lot of questions, man. So can you first introduce yourself and tell us when you started freestyle?
Okay, I'm Marlet, 23 years old, and now I'm freestyling, I guess, nearly 10 years now. So I started around 14, I would say. And yeah, I got into freestyle by just playing regular football and seeing someone doing tricks. And yeah, I searched on YouTube, and that's how the story went.
Okay, and do you have a first YouTube video or something? I didn't found.
Uh, like if of myself or
Yes.
okay, poo. No, actually, if I'm honest, I was really skeptical about freestyle. I was really hiding it in a way. It
Okay.
sounds really bad, but I don't know. I always I felt a bit ashamed that I was training in garage and stuff. So I never really posted any videos, and then. I think at one point when I trained for 3 years, maybe that was when I put the first video on Instagram, and
Okay.
I was confident enough to to show my freestyle.
Okay. I was the same also. I
Yeah,
put I think my first video like after 5 years of freestyle.
yeah.
So
It's a bit of
yeah.
it's so strange because yeah, you have nothing to be ashamed of. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but it depends of I don't know. It depends of the person, you know. Like
definitely,
some people like to put after 6 months something, and some other no. So
exactly, exactly.
um, let's go back to 2021 and competitions.
Perfect.
So there were two big competitions, Super Bowl and Red Bull Freestyle. You
Yes,
came third and second.
yes.
Um, So maybe first, just your opinions and feelings after
Uh,
those competition.
yes. Both competitions were different feelings, I guess. Like I think for my freestyle, it was definitely my best achievements in the battles, I would say. And uh, also 2021, I felt like I made the best steps than the years before, better steps. I don't know how to say it in the right words, but so yeah, obviously I was really happy to get the third place and the second place in Red Bull. And yeah, in the beginning with Super Bowl, it was because in 2020 I won the let's say the Corona edition. So
Against Guzik.
yes, I guess Gushik so then it was in a way hard to come back because in 2021 the level is so much higher, and the year before you have won it. So uh, it's like it puts a bit of not pressure on you, but it's like hard to gain some good feelings because you kind of won the competition before.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I knew the 2021 was gonna be so much harder, and I was really happy to still get the on the podium and get the third place. Yeah, and do well.
Okay. And so you lost against Brinjar,
Yes.
and could you have beaten him? How
Ooh.
you
Boo, I wouldn't say it like that. I think
before the battle? What was your mindset?
yeah, for me it was like a final, you know, like
Okay.
I want I you want to beat everyone. If you face them, I guess. But I know that the Vagurli brothers are have always been on top of the world, and they are still super high level. And every year they are coming with new stuff. So uh, it's also hard to battle them because you have no idea which Brinjar you're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah. Brinjar is like
yeah,
it can
yeah,
be good.
and also like I don't even mean it in that way, but I mean like you can watch the last year edition and you can
Okay.
think like, okay, maybe I have a chance to battle the level of last year, but you're not sure what his level is gonna be this year. And they are always coming with new stuff. So you're kind of preparing for the worst, I guess.
Okay. So you have gone how to say it all the way with your tricks for this
uh,
battle, or you
um,
save some tricks for the final.
yeah, I kept some tricks for the final, but it's not like it's not like how you say this in the right way. It's not like I hold back or something. Like I
Of
really
course,
went.
yeah.
I went for it to try to win, and uh, maybe you save some variations for the final, but the final would probably be kind of on the same level as the battle, as that battle. I would say.
Okay. And you remember how many times you battled Brinjar?
A
Or you...
Brincher one time actually. This was the only
Yeah,
time.
the first
Yeah,
time.
yes, this was the first time.
Okay.
So
And
I'm on a
and
1-0 lose streak.
and Erland, you know,
Ireland, yes, I was counting, but I'm not sure. I think
I rem
I
I
battle against,
remember European Football Championship
yeah,
2018.
for sure. I think around 7 times.
7 times.
Yeah, 7 times. Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, European, then this Red Bull, and most of the Super Bowls I was against Ireland. So yeah.
Okay. And what is the score? You know?
I'm a bit embarrassed to say it. I never
Okay.
win of any of the Fagaris, so I'm still
Okay.
on a really losing streak.
Okay. So this year maybe you have to do something about that.
Yeah, that would be amazing, but man, they're incredible.
Yeah, but I think there's no shame to say that there is 7-0 for
Yeah,
Alan, because
exactly,
it's I don't know how many freestylers beat him, but
exactly.
not
I think
much.
there are not many guys who beat him.
Like Ricardinho, who else? Maybe two or three guy. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, so for me, it's also not like yeah, it would just be nice to win once. You know what I mean? Like, but
Okay, and so then Red Bull Street Style, and how was your preparation different? There was a difference, or not between?
yes, of course, there was a difference, especially with the time limit being getting back to 30 seconds. And for me, I would say I'm more a fan of a no time limit because
Okay.
it gives you a little bit more freedom and also a lot less stress about the, yeah, about if you miss something, it can take a lot of time from your 30 seconds and it can cost you a lot. And so definitely I would say it's a different preparation for 30 seconds and for no time limit. But I guess after losing in Super Bowl and getting the third place, I try to get some how you say that. I always try to see where was my biggest losses, which for example, which criteria or what kind of mistakes I made, and then I try to, you know, there were a few months I think in between there you can work a little bit on the, yeah, on your weaknesses, and then I think 2 months before and 1 month before Red Bull, I start to really get into the, yeah, that you get the full rounds and you know what you're gonna do, and you can adjust to the 30 seconds system, I guess.
So you had new tricks before or between, I mean, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There were some
because
things I found,
because
but
2 months is like very. It's not.
yeah,
It's short. Yeah, for
yes,
time.
for me, I was more happy to go to Super Bowl because there was like maybe a year or a half year without anything, so you can kind of feel a bit fresh to bring some new stuff. And in Red Bull it was already a lot less, and I felt more like, okay, I have a few new variation, few things, but I prefer, yeah, you prefer to have a lot of new stuff, you know what I mean. But
Okay.
considering the time, I was happy with the progression, I guess.
Okay. Um. So maybe we can go like step by step. With every battle, you can tell how was your
Uh,
mindset before,
okay,
between, if you remember, just
okay,
to have
okay.
a insight. Yeah.
That's cool. That's very interesting. I think before let's start with the beginning. Like we had this time in Red Bull had a draw, which when they put 8 of the best guys in the one side and the other 8 in another side, so the top 8 couldn't face each other. But it has a big effect on the road, because we all knew that the top 8 can face each other in the second battle. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like for me it was like okay, a bit like okay, it's really cool, interesting, because you can get matchups that will never happen before.
Yeah. Okay.
Or for example, let's say Ireland, every year he will be ranked one, but and also has the easiest way to the final. So it can be like a benefit, you know what I mean? And so I think it's a cool way that Red Bull did it like this, but you don't know what's gonna happen, because it can mean that you already battle one of the best, or Ireland in
You
the
could battle Ireland in the first one, yeah?
no, not in the
No?
first one, but he can be like it can be like that
In the
for
quarter,
example, yeah, it
yeah.
could be like the quarter the
Yeah.
Fagurlis against each other, and that would be a yeah, a bit of a shame, you know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But so then I was like, okay, we go into the draw and we'll see what happens. And luckily for me, I got on the left side, and most of the like the Vargalis, for example, they were all on the other side. So it was a bit in my favor, I would say.
Okay.
But then I was thinking about this. Okay, it can be in my favor, but I didn't want to make that get in my head, because the guys on my side were really strong also. So I had Jay, Pet Shaw, and there were also other guys like Shimo on my side. So uh, and Paku, of course. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna forget that I'm lucky to not have the Vagerlis in earlier round, or someone else, and just focus on one opponent at the time, because in this stage on Red Bull, anyone is hard. You know what I mean? Like if you're not focused, you can lose of anyone, and especially with 30 seconds time limit, it can get really in your head. So that was a bit like how I was feeling.
So this was 2 or 3 days before the competition?
Yes, 2 days. I think 2
Days?
days. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and so you have like a full day to think about your strategy. Was it the right way how I plan it? And I would say Jay is a really tough opponent to have in a first round, because he's very strong, very has his own way of freestyling already, and especially in the first round, anyone is hard, because let's say in the third round to face someone, he has to already put 2 battles, so he can get really repetitive. You know what I mean? And in the first round, no one is repetitive, because no one has already done a battle in the
Yeah.
competition. So that's why when we start with 16 people, first battle for me, it's maybe even the hardest, because yeah, everybody is fresh, and
And
so
also Jay, we haven't seen him in big competition, so it was like
exactly,
a fresh
exactly,
opponent. So it's very dangerous.
exactly. So it's very dangerous. It was like, because I also had a battle a few months ago with in Super Bowl, and yeah, I show a lot of my stuff. So yeah, he
Mm.
can look so much more fresh in this battle. So it was definitely a really tough battle, and it was also like this the first battle of the night. So yeah, we just see what happens.
So you during the battle you felt like you oh okay, I'm losing right now or something like this.
I remember that I had an initial plan, which I had a bit of a. It didn't go so well for me. Like I didn't feel the lowers on the stage, so
Okay.
I had to switch up. And I think in the third round, I made some decision to put some stuff in that I didn't want to put already in, because I was feeling like,
Okay.
okay, if I don't do something, it can fall to the other side.
Okay.
So yeah, I changed on the spot. Luckily, I got through that one, and I think if you get through the first one, most of the stress is already gone. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're in top 8, so you can breathe.
Oh,
And
okay.
then we go to the second battle. Was against Petshaw, and Petshaw is very strong, very powerful freestyler, and definitely on Rebel Street Style he has a, I would say he has a really big potential because yeah, I think definitely show wise it's so entertaining to see how he's doing his big tricks and yeah, how his power moves. So it can be, yeah, also like one of the hardest battles. And I think in this moment I remember I battled him before some years ago in Super Bowl in top 32, and then I won it. So I was trying to just keep this thought in my mind to when I enter the battle and just stick to my plan. Yeah, that was a bit like how I went into the second one, and let's see how it goes. And that battle was actually really close also because I was the same as with Jay. I was really not so great in lowers. I really had. I always call this like a stop. I don't know how you say that. Like something is holding you back,
Mm,
uh, especially when you're on the podium. Sometimes you're freestyling with a stop because you're like, um, if you drop it, it's so much more effect.
okay.
Uh,
But with the lowers, it was in the training room. It was the
yeah.
same, or it was only in on stage. You didn't feel it.
Only on the stage. I
Only on the
didn't feel
stage.
it. Yes, I think in the preparation backstage it was
Yeah.
good, and but it's easy to say that. You know what I mean? Like because if no one is watching, everyone can be good. You
Yeah,
know?
but I'm asking because maybe it was like a day when where you couldn't feel your legs or something, but no, it was
No.
just on stage.
Yeah, I think it's not an. I don't want to make an excuse
Oh, okay, okay,
it's like I don't know why, but like it just didn't feel right. And then yes, luckily I won that battle 3-2. I think it was super
yeah,
close. I think many guys were like, I don't know if you're gonna win this, but after the battles, everybody, my friends were like, oh, that was the a really close battle.
okay,
So I was happy to inch it like with 3-2. And then we go to the semifinal, and then it was against Paku. Uh,
yeah. The surprise of the competition.
Yeah, for sure. But I was happy to not see Paku performing because after I saw him now on YouTube,
Oh, okay. So
like
you
I
didn't
was,
know.
yeah, I didn't know how great he was, and
So what was you? You were surprised also, yeah? Like what the fuck?
yeah, I was a
There's no
bit,
Shimo, there's Pagu. Yeah,
yeah, I was thinking in my head I'm gonna have to battle Shimo, but I know Paku is strong
yeah,
for many years, so I was like, it can go his way also. And then when I was against Paku, I was a bit like trying to tell myself, like, okay, don't think too much about him. Just focus on myself and my tricks. And I'm happy I did because I see some battles of him against Philip and Shimo where he was really strong.
yeah.
So it's not a nice thought in your head if you know
Yeah, and
someone.
he was very strong at lowers, and
Exactly.
you had problems with lowers. So
Yes, so it can be getting in your head. So I'm happy
yeah, of course, yeah,
to not think too much about this and just focus on myself. And I think in that battle, the lowers were also not super great, but I managed to get just enough to get through and focus a little bit more on my all round stuff. And yeah, so just I was like, okay, this is the one. If you win this, then you're in the final. So yeah, I went hard, but yeah, it was okay. It was okay.
yeah, okay. And then the final.
And then the final was really like all or nothing, you know.
You still have you had the new tricks, maybe
Yes,
one or
there's,
two, yeah, or
yeah, there
I
were
remember
some.
the one you
Yeah. The on my
I don't know the
heel,
name, but
yeah, I call it like heel di meto because
okay, yeah,
yeah, but there were some other tricks as well, and especially the lowers was like. not feeling in on the stage this day, and I was sad because in the final I prepared something to do something more, but the lowers didn't feel like it. It's very easy to say on the end like, oh, I can do better, because I know Ireland can do better also. I knew before the final, like, I did 3 battles and my lowers didn't feel great, so I was like, I can now say like, okay, I'm gonna forget, like forget the hardcore lowers, for example, and just play a bit more safe and try to, I don't know, gain something on all round. But I was like, when I was thinking this, I was like, I will not forgive myself to not try to go hard against someone in the final of the
Mm.
world final. Like, I think I would be so angry at myself for not even trying my stuff, because it should you train for it, you know what I mean, like, and it should work, I guess. And so I was like, okay, whatever happened, I am gonna go all out,
Mm.
even if it doesn't feel like it. And I tried this, so I was like, after the battle, I was like, I was disappointed that it didn't work, but I was happy that I at least I tried, because it's very easy at this moment to just say like, oh, I'm gonna make an easier trick, or gonna do something small and make no drops, but you will not
Yeah,
win with this either.
yeah,
So
against Ellen also,
yeah,
so
yeah,
not
you
win
have,
with it. Yeah.
exactly, you have to bring something. So you actually have no choice, but it takes some courage to just try something even if you don't feel like it.
Okay. Um. So do you have a secret plan to beat Ellen this year?
Secret plan.
Yeah.
A secret. It's not so secret anymore if I explain to anyone now. No, just kidding, just kidding, man. No, it's not like a specific plan I have to beat him or something. Like, I think my goal is just to keep improving, and um, like, I would love to win, obviously, a world final one time, and it would be nice to win of him one time, but it's not like it's a necessary thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not like your obsession to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I'm more obsessed with being to get the world title. That would be really sick,
Mm.
and it would just be like, it can be possible that. For example, Ricardinho is beating Ireland, and you don't have to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
uh, sometimes I always thought you have to beat someone, for example, to be national champion. Where, for example, like with in Holland, we had Martin. I don't know, Martin van Louis. That's how you say it in English. But uh, yeah, he was always on top in Holland, and I think at one point I was also thinking like, okay, if I want to be this champion, I have to beat him. But at the end, I have never beat him in my life, and I still
Yeah.
become this champ. So it's like, sometimes it's you are focusing too much on the person instead of yeah, instead of the competition or the
Yes.
title.
So do you have a plan for competitions? Not for beating Ellen, but just
Yes, as always, competition has been like my main goal in freestyle. But I would say it's also really great if you're uh, not too focused on just being great in competition, because it's a very limited part of freestyle. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
um, of course, it's like my biggest goals and achievements, like, how you say that, my biggest goals are in competition, but you limit yourself so much also if you only think about competition, especially with 30 seconds, for example. If you're gonna adjust all your sets on 30 seconds, you really limit yourself, and that can be bad for your freestyle, if you know what I mean. uh,
Okay.
so I really try always, every year to take, how you say that, I always try to have like a new vision, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
if someone yeah, I don't know, I want to say this in the right way, but I don't know how to say it in English. But
So you know where you're going this year with the vision,
um
more or
well,
less,
it's
or it's
more or less, it's like I take the feedback from my battles now, and then I'm like, okay, I'm lacking in, let's say I'm lacking in uppers, and then I'm like, okay, I need to find a way to build this year towards that area, or something else, like lowers. Like if it's not working now, I have to know why wasn't it working, and is there something I can do to change that? Should I change my strategy, or should I just be like, okay, it was a bad day and we go again? You know what I mean? So that's always a bit what you take in consideration. I just try to always be open, like because I freestyle for 10 years, but I'm sure I'm not I'm totally not where I want to be. Like there are so many areas in freestyle and so many things to learn. Every year there's still things where I'm like looking different towards some criteria, for example, than the years before, and there's so much still to learn. So that's more like mindset to be uh, to still want to be able to learn. Like even how long you are in it, there's so much you can still learn in freestyle, I think.
Okay.
It's a bit of
So
a strange story, but I try to.
no, but I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Good, good.
okay, because
Yeah.
I thought maybe you had a plan for already right now for Super Bowl, but no, so it's okay.
No, no, it's like for me now, it's like these months is just focus on training and just
Okay.
try to find different ways, uh, new openings to work from, and and then yeah, of course, try to get as good for the next competition as I can. I guess.
And so how much you train right now? Do you have like a um on a regular basis? Do you have how many days a week or something like this?
Now it's 7 days a week, but
Like no
with
rest, no rest.
no rest, no rest. But the
Okay.
Sunday and the Wednesday, it's like a 2 hour session. And I would always see my Sunday a little bit as a rest day. So I'm doing a 2 hour slow session and just keeping the body moving and getting ready for Monday. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
then I think Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are like more bigger days, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised because
Yeah.
I often heard like freestylers have a 1 day rest or something in the week.
Mm, I have this one as well. Like last year,
Yeah.
I think I was doing always Sunday as a rest day.
Yeah.
I think I should bring it back. Also, like I'm always in a bit of a fight with myself to be like, okay, I should rest because I want to be strong for the next training, and the other side is saying like, I can still do something, like I can still improve in some areas, even to not tire my body. But I
Okay.
think sometimes it's really great to take a rest as well. But I'm really bad at doing this.
I don't know. It depends. Maybe on everybody is different. So,
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
but I remember when I had like 4 years of freestyle, and I wanted at this point to be very good to improve faster because
Mhm.
before I was training only when I wanted. I
Yeah,
heard Shimo. He told like he was my inspiration. So he
yeah,
told he was training 5 days a week,
yeah.
2 days rest, and minimum 4 hours a
A
day.
day.
And when I
Yeah.
heard this, I said, "Oh my God, I have to do this also, or at least 3 hours when he's doing 4 hours." Yeah.
Mm.
So I had this, this mindset like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good. I think it's like how you say that, like someone who is introducing it to you, like how much they train. That's where you're gonna build from. You know what I mean? Like it's
mm,
like there's no one a freestyle trainer or something who is saying like, okay, this is the best way. So we kind of like always
oh,
take
of course.
inspiration from each other, I guess. So
Yeah.
that's good, I guess.
Yeah, because for example, Matthew, I know how he's training. He doesn't
Hmm.
have a plan. So
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
he can have sometimes 3 days rest, then training full week. He's like more improvising. So,
Mhm.
but it suits to him. So
Yeah, yeah. I think also with his style, like you can see it in his style,
yeah,
and and it's really cool. Sometimes I wish I had more like his freestyle, because my session can be sometimes a bit too much robotic, you know, like okay, I have to work these hours on lowers and these hours on this. But when you're really like free, like matcha, and you can do sessions or connect everything wherever you want, then it can be so much easier to
Okay.
build your sessions. Yeah.
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 Mm, okay, let's talk about yeah, another thing, because I saw in the Instagram bio you have, it's written
Yeah.
you are second in the world. So I
Yes.
think you after Red Bull Street Style, yeah.
Yeah, after Red Bull. Yes,
I
yes.
like this because you won Super Bowl 2020 and you just could write world champion and never change it.
No, no.
Freestyle does it, you know. They
Yeah,
win one thing and they're world champion forever.
forever. No,
And I
no,
like
no.
you, very honest. Like you, I like
Thanks.
this.
No, I think in 2020 when I won, I never saw it as a world championship, and still now, if someone say to me like, "Okay, you're a world champion," I'm like, "No, I'm not. I never won it," because it's not even to how do you say this? I'm not even doing it for someone else. Like, it's more for myself, I guess, because it's a goal that I put for myself for many many years, and to get to like just get it like this, and knowing you're not actually winning a world final, it just it would just kill my own
Yeah, yeah,
yeah own idea, my own goals, I guess.
yeah. I know, but a lot of freestylers did it in the past,
Yeah,
so that's why it
true.
was very cool to see it. You
Yeah,
know,
thank you, thank you. But I think it's everyone's own choice. You know, like I understand when
of course.
freestylers want to, for example, make money from freestyle, and it can be really great to say like, okay, I'm world champion, and uh, I encourage. It's not that I say that it's bad to do this, because I think it's good if you trying to make money from freestyle and you have to say something, just do it. But I just, for me
Yeah,
personally.
you would feel bad, yeah, about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just for myself. Like,
Yeah.
I want. Yeah, it's just for myself, not for. Yeah.
Okay. So let's finish with the country, with the Netherlands,
Yes,
because many freestylers are very good right now. Yeah, like
definitely.
Bailey, Body Boss, Herman,
Yeah. Yes,
Timo, Hugo.
definitely.
Yeah. So, what is your opinion about the freestyle in the country right now?
I'm happy about the freestyle in Holland, because the level is really increasing a lot over the last years, and there's such a young generation coming in Holland. I feel like I'm getting too old here, but yeah, I would say it's really amazing. First of all, like Guido, you know Guido, right?
Yeah.
He's an organizer in Holland, and I would say he has a big factor in this, because he's always organizing competitions and meetings, and he's doing whatever he can to yeah, encourage the freestylers to yeah, start freestyling, or even yeah, just keep the motivation to freestyle. And so he had a big impact, I think, on the scene there. And many freestylers, there's also many young freestylers now in Holland who starting, and definitely with a year like this with Corona, and it's really hard to keep the motivation, I think, for some freestylers, because there's no events, nothing happening. And when you have someone like Guido who is still trying to organize things, it's really good for our scene, I would say.
Okay.
And about the guys that you were saying before, I think there's so much potential in some of those guys, and I really hope that Team Holland can be big on tournaments like Super Bowl. And I think last year there were many guys, and we did pretty well. But I think I hope in the future some new names will come through, especially Herman. He's one of the guys who is really coming up the last years, and I think he has a potential to be a really really great freestyler, even in a world a top
Mm.
level. But yeah, I hope to see that in the next few years.
Yeah, he came second, yeah, in the
Yeah,
national championship.
3 years in a row. And
Oh,
personally, I'm this is not like a bad thing about Red Bull or something, but I think personally the system is now not perfect because someone like Herman, he deserves a chance to prove himself with the Red Bull, for example, for the Red Bull World Final, and it's very sad that only one guy in Holland can, or one guy in every nation can go. So yeah, I hope that they will start to do something again with kind of wild cards or something, or just having certain countries like Norway
yeah.
to give them
Well,
more.
qualification like
Yeah,
I think in 2010 or something, there was a qualification in every country or in some area,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Western, like BC1, Red Bull BC1 or
Exactly.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, but VC1 is a great example also to have like a invitational and just a last chance cipher to qualify also. Yeah, I hope they are doing more like this to get more of the guys like yeah, the guys who are not coming. For example, there's many other, like in Japan there's many guys who could be in the
yeah,
world finals, and you also have Colombia with two top guys, maybe even more, to be there. And it's really sad because it's also how you say that, bad for their improvement, I think, because they are not getting the same amount of opportunities that the other people are getting.
yeah.
So I hope something will change in this way.
Yeah, it's a shame because with two big competitions, Super Bowl, there are always some people missing because it's in
Yeah,
Europe and like Colombians cannot go or other countries. And in
exactly.
Nebus freestyle, there is this thing of one freestyle by country. So we don't have a competition where there is everyone.
Exactly.
Never
And that's
happened.
why I was always a really big fan of the World Tour and the World Masters at that time,
Yeah,
because there were one of the years there were like six Polish guys in the World Tour, and I think that's like super cool because they deserved all to be in there, and it was a fair system to have more people from one country because the country was just better. So I think something like this would be really great to have back in the scene. And of course now with Corona, it's too hard to do many things.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe one day in the future, something like this will come back, and that would be amazing.
Okay, Jesse.
Okay.
So is Hesse in the Netherlands?
It's actually yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Because
perfect.
some people say Hesse, those
Uh,
other Jesse. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, but I'm used to it. For me, if you
yes,
say yes, see, Jess, it doesn't matter. Like,
yes, it's better. It is.
yeah, yeah. For me, everything is fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what can I wish you for this year?
What can you wish me, man? Just a healthier, healthier.
Healthy year.
Same,
Okay.
same for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. See you, man. Thank you
Yes,
for the
see you.
interview.
Thank you a lot. If you need anything more, just write me. And
Okay.
yeah, just can you show me the end result? If you're gonna do something with it, let me know.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
curious what.
Okay. I can send you before. Yeah.
Perfect, yeah, because I'm curious what I said. I talk so
It's very
much. I
interesting, man. I show you.
okay, perfect,
Okay.
perfect.
See you, man.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.